Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today you join me while I am familiarizing myself again with a relatively stock E92 M3. This particular E92 M3 is a 2011 competition pack, and it belongs to Matt, our video producer's father. It was the same car that we used in our rod bearing video. If you haven't seen that, we'll put a link up so you can check it out. The reason why the car is back now is that Matt's dad's owned this car for about a year, and he's now ready for a bit more power and a bit more sound. So the only modification on this car at the moment is the Eventuri intake pipe, and to provide the car with a bit more sound, we're going to add the full Eventuri Plenum and Airbox lid. And if you haven't seen the video on that, we'll put a link up to that on Ryan Stewart's car. It sounds absolutely fantastic, and I can't blame him for wanting to do it. And the second thing we're going to do is fit our stage 2 package, which involves fitting a set of primary cat delete pipes and the Evolve stage 2 tune, and we'll also add in the GTS DTT software for faster shifts and more accurate rev matching. Now the stage 2 package will add around 30 to 40 horsepower and 30 foot-pounds of torque, and that torque is delivered right from the beginning of the rev range to the end, so it gives this car the sort of low-end torque that it deserves. The car is not very torquey from the factory. It is designed to be redline and makes peak power at the top of the rev range, so it just gives that car a little bit more drivability. The car has a stock exhaust as well, so although the V8 on this car does sound fantastic, it is restricted from the factory in terms of its sound, so the intake and the exhaust mod will really bring that alive. The third thing we're going to do is do some maintenance on the car, so it's going to have the diff oil changed and also the DCT oil changed and a few maintenance bits on the front suspension. Now driving these cars is quite hazardous for my bank account. We've owned 3 of these since 2009, and I'm really feeling the need to buy another one. And this particular car is Japan red, and it's actually my favorite color. There's not many of them around, and the color really pops. I don't know what it is. I haven't been a huge fan of red cars, but we've recently bought that Imola red E92 M3, and I think if we do get another E92 M3, it's going to be this color. So I'm going to head back to the workshop, let Hash fit the parts and carry out the tuning, and then I'll join you guys afterwards for some sound comparisons and driving impressions.
Brian Little.
Yoga.
Now Hash has taken the X pipe out, we can take a quick look at our test pipes and how they fit to the exhaust. So these are the primary cats, these are the secondary cats, that's the resonator at the end. So the whole purpose of the primary cat delete is to delete the cat here. This replaces this part over there, and there's 1 bar of pressure built up there, so that's where you get the extra power from, and you get a bit of extra sound. These are the Evolve test pipes. There are some copies of these, so if you buy a set and they don't fit properly to the manifolds, it's because we've made them with a different gasket, and the fake ones don't come with a gasket. So then your installer will have to use loads of fire putty, which is not ideal, and you'll probably get an exhaust leak. So that's going to release some extra power and a nice bit of sound. So let's have a look at the plenum, which is over here. This has to be one of my favorite products that we've released, because it not only looks stunning, but the sound it produces is just epic. I don't use the word epic much, but when it comes to this, it's well deserved. So this Plenum, if you've been watching our other videos, is a one-to-one replica of the OEM Plenum, and the reason for that is that we didn't want to alter the internals and the way BMW had designed the trumpets for the amount of power and the way the power is delivered. In the future, we may have a play around with the trumpet lengths and see if there's anything to be done, but to begin with, we just wanted to recreate the Plenum and make it in carbon fiber just to get that extra noise. So although this doesn't add any extra power, the noise it makes is amazing. So if you're familiar with the E46 and the E46 CSL and you've heard the noise difference, this noise difference is very similar, but you're getting it from a V8 engine. It also has the slots here, so you can put the original OEM badges in to give it that complete OEM look. And we're going to pair this up with the Airbox lid, and that will then complete the carbon fiber transformation of the intake. Let's open this up. So again, this is completely aesthetic, but it also does provide a bit of extra sound. And these parts are all modular, so you don't have to have all of them at the same time. If you wanted to, you could start with the intake and then go for the Plenum and then go for the Airbox lid. So it's completely up to you. Just makes it a bit easier when you're purchasing it. So again, that's a one-to-one replica with the OEM to ensure perfect fitment. And just with any other Eventuri product, it's made of very, very high quality pre-peg carbon fiber. No fiberglass, no overlay used on these products at all. So let's get these on the car, then we can test out the sound difference and also the power from the stage 2 and the test pipe. With the Evolve Stage 2 and the Eventuri Plenum fitted, let's go take it for a drive and see what it's like. Oh, immediately you can hear that plenum. That noise is just glorious. So, as well as the Stage 2 package, which involves the primary decats and the Stage 2 tune, we have flashed the DCT software in the car. The up changes are a lot snappier, and the rev matching on the downshift is really crisp. Yeah, the torque's vastly improved. So where in 4th gear before, if you're at low RPMs and you put your foot down, it will take a little while to get going. Now you can definitely feel the extra torque low down. There, the down change is great. So although the primary cats have been deleted, it does make a slight difference to the exhaust tone, which you can hear from outside. But when you're inside the car and you go full throttle, all you can hear is the plenum. You can't hear the exhaust, which is not a bad thing, because that noise is, oh, I can't get enough of it. And also, this is a good exhaust mod if you want to guarantee you don't have any exhaust drone. So if you're doing long journeys or you're commuting in a car, it's absolutely fine. It does not drone even in the slightest, even high gears at low RPMs. Sorry, I'm just enjoying that noise too much. So, as well as making an absolutely epic induction noise, the plenum is a work of art. Especially when you have it along with the Airbox lid and the Eventuri intake pipe. So I'm going to head back over to Evolve so we can have a look at it in the engine bay and see what it looks like. Now we're back in the workshop, we can have a look at what is making that wonderful induction noise, and it's this beautiful Eventuri carbon fiber plenum. This is a 1-to-1 replica of the OEM plenum because we didn't want to mess around with the internal trumpets and make any differences to the way the power is delivered. So that plenum with that Airbox lid is what really makes the noise on this car, and this is the part that actually makes the power. The Eventuri intake pipe was developed around 2 years ago, and the plenum and the Airbox lid we did more recently just to give the car much more of an induction noise. Now that all came about because we had a car in 2011 and I'd driven a CSL recently, and I thought, you know, how would it be if the E92 M3 had a similar induction noise? We didn't get a chance to make it until recently, but I'm really glad that we did because it really adds another dimension to this car. Along with the Stage 2 package, which adds low down torque, which this car needs, and the DCT software, which adds really good punch to the upshifts and downshifts, tied in with a plenum, it really transformed this car. I'm really happy with the way it's driving, and I think if you've got one of these cars, you should really look into investing into one of these mods because it will really transform your driving experience. I'm done for now. I'm going to go on Auto Trader, look for an E92 M3 because I really want to buy one and put this on there. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want to watch more of our videos, you can watch them over here. If you want to watch what YouTube suggests that you might like from our videos, you can watch them over here. As always, if you haven't already, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. If you've got any questions for us, please drop them in the comments below and we will do our best to answer them for you.